matters. We're talking first about Stephen Appiah. Now, you know Stephen Appiah is an ex-Black Stars captain, one of the most successful Black Stars captains ever. He was the first captain to take the country to the World Cup, and he has been talking about his frustrations and why ex-footballers are not given the chance to run football. Let's listen to him. He had an interview, local radio station in Kumasi, in Chi. We'll come try to translate it, and then we also find the reaction or the response from the GFA officials. Specifically, an executive committee member of the Ghana Football Association who has also responded to Stephen Appiah. But first, let's listen to Stephen Appiah.
Football, and I think it's not Stephen Appiah alone. I think at times it's sad because the contacts that we have, the people that we can pick phones and call, body and ever shock you. Some passports. At times, you have chance, no. I mean, legends, no, former players, no, I'm chance, no, around that way, and my who say, I mean, football is run by footballers. It's not about the grammar and your bro for now be kind and anyway. Dream back. That's why I call Italy, no, not mean Italian casa. But coach, you know, or chair we are because of the understanding of the game, no. Utiasi without speaking Italian. Okay. So I hope say it's not Stephen Appiah. I hope say one day one of us bet to me Abeli deny na be support say me are fine. Me colleagues no more on my support it. Obisunya yes you be way because you were contacts no and the contact is just there. Then one thing at times you say some of us we are very humble, but when you know your value, how who nyama be mu say ube call be now only ube diagro. What? So, yen na ye pese ye mboa, ye pese ye we because at times now, I mean, and ye cry ya be ye bi. There was a time I know be am pese obe national team no bi o. There was a time I me use me seek at the top ticket my players bagana. There was a time that me try winning bonuses. Wow. And today when who say omu ye nyama say I will be say then I will the ube say sky then. But we hope say one day one day exactly
Ronaldo Appiah, El Capitano, very much frustrated about how football is run in Ghana. He says that basically, if I want to do the literal translation, that football is not grammar. Running football is not grammar. So you should not leave it in the hands of the technocrats. Football should be run by football people. The football people, he says, are the ex-footballers. So we should give them a chance to run. But I'll come to you guys. But let's get the reactions from the technocrats who are running football now. With regards to what Stephen Appiah said. Although Safo is a GFA executive committee member, and this is his reactions to Stephen Appiah. He also spoke to a local radio station.
On Appiah Jan. And then that's what he says Stephen Appiah on negligence of the old players. Mm-hmm. And you know that say you neglect old player be. So even the old player be in your opportunity to enjoy. That can Stephen Appiah and when your opportunity to enjoy. But unfortunately, you cannot bring somebody to a national team with that skill. Sorry, what ball that? Then just your manager. Okay. When you are drawn to a national team management, let's just say, corner what resolve issues or if there should be any. So who need skill to resolve issue? How do you go there in the first place? Stephen Appiah was appointed as a member of the management committee, as a member of the national team department in 2020 on the party, the league party, and as a fancy on the board. Following year, 2022, he proposal management committee or turning it down. I believe that on countless occasions, the president of the FA, Akachi, said, Anka on availing himself for coaching. Now, on coach, non from the national team, because Agua Stephen Appiah are big, so far as our national team is concerned. Mm-hmm. But unsua de umwa in some kind nyina no kore because I wish I mean ko baby a omo ye local am into kwan Isaac Amuako Emmanuel Amasiniga Ablade Kuma.
So Odro Safo is a GFA executive committee member, and he also replies to Appiah. He says that they should learn. So if the ex-footballers learn, then they can come back and have that conversation of the running Ghana football. Ghana football. In general. Salim, and what's so funny, Fred?
Way back growing up, you look at how football administrators, most of them have head affairs, and how players have also run the game. And you look at the level of relationship between these two bodies, it has not been so well. We know that the side of management has issues, the side of players has issues. The players themselves are the key stakeholders. How much of a face of a treatment do we give to them? Now, you roll it down to the point where, at a point, Appiah Pele wants to become the GFA president. He goes in to meet Ben Kofi, and he says that this is my boss, I calm down. He calms down for him, allow Ben Kofi to go in. He came up with a development plan, and we saw the likes of ACN and Co. And from through that batch running down, there was a certain boy who was part of Ecuador 95. He came in, and we realized that they won the tournament. And the day he substituted Appiah Pele, we said, yes, we found another genius. That was Stephen Appiah. Now, breaking it down to the point where in 2005, there was a crop of players in the national team, Sule, ACN, Lai, and Appiah. The Black Stars never lost a single game. And that continued till we qualified for the German 206 World Cup. And it stabilized the team a little bit. We've had issues about captaincy and a whole lot of things coming. If we want to talk about players going to management and people who are educated running affairs, it's very dynamic. Alaji, one of the master brain of Ghanaian football administrators, is Alaji Grusa. One of the best football administrators we've ever seen in this country. He's running his own club. He's produced stars, like our own Sami Kufuor. So it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to be in the classroom before you can be who you are. There are people driven by passion and in divine interventions. They excel in whatever they do. Yes, at a point in time, you need some doctrine. That is why you are not going there alone. Remember, in our local dialect, we say a chief and his elders. Logically, the elders have his brain. Yeah. They are much more, in quotes, wiser than the chief. So even though he stirs affairs, people around him to marshal. In the country, we have a president, and we have what? Council of State. Or what do you call them? Yes. What is their role? So he might not be educated, but he knows his way out when it comes to administration. If he's ready for it, why not? Why is Didier Drogba not given the chance in Ivory Coast? How many times has he not competed for it? So it doesn't matter that, look, even in the health sector, people feel that the best person to head a health sector must be a doctor. You agree with me? I mean, some of us who have got the chance to work in the health sector, they'll tell you that they need an administrator to run affairs. And they'll tell you that the administrator does not understand what they need to work with. So they prefer a doctor running the affairs of a hospital, being in charge, the head. So these things always comes in various dimensions. He is an exco member. He is into administration, but he might not be a footballer, so he's also not feeling the pain of what footballers feel
I understand
when
your
they're
point,
applying the trade.
but listen,
it's the same way a footballer who is yet to be administrator might also not be feeling the pain of what it takes to be administrator.
Let me get to, Salim, I'll come back to you. What's preventing them from getting into football administration? Is there a block if the ex-footballers are ready to run into football.
There
I mean,
is.
he talks about the fact that
There
you don't
is-
need to go to school. But really, what is preventing them if they want to get into football?
There is nothing preventing them.
So
Those who are there saying that they are the educated ones, what have they achieved for us as a nation when they were handling or even still handling their affairs? So when the old footballer or the former footballer came in, our daddy Ben Kofi, look at what he brought. His administrations was vast different from those saying that they are the educated ones. So let's put all these things aside. When you listen to Stephen Appiah, he's not talking of
Only
himself.
Yeah.
Because he knows that there are his colleagues out there who are well educated together with the football knowledge.
So why are they not getting into administration? Must someone push them before they get into
Let me go straight forward and say, those who are there, the educated ones, they are afraid that when they come in to handle the football,
They'll take
they
over.
will take over. They will not get their chance
Yeah.
for their jobs again. So this is the main reason.
So how are they
are
blocking
afraid.
them? How are they blocking them? Because I know that, for instance, the GFA president is an open
look, if
position
they are
that you
afraid
can
that when
foul.
the former footballer comes in, they will work better than them. So how would they give you chance? They will try to manipulate things so that they will scare them away.
How?
But this is what they are doing.
How are they doing that? Has any
any
ex-footballer tried and then he has been stopped on the way or blocked?
Came in, so they
Why did Abedi stop? Did Abedi contest? No, did Abedi contest?
No, he did not
contest.
He didn't contest,
Yes.
but he was about to contest, and then they try and manage the issue and say your senior Ben Kofi was there.
No,
So
That was
step aside and
Abedi's
give him-
decision,
Pele admitted.
his
Of
personal
course,
decision.
Pele
Of
admitted.
course.
So how was he
So,
blocked then?
Wait, after Ben Kofi, he tried again. Did they give him the chance?
How did he try? Let's understand. How did he try? Was he disqualified from vetting or what?
It's
How
not
did he
about
try? No, you cannot
disqualification,
stay home
but-
and say, I want to be president.
Dennis,
You need to take the action.
They tried to say something to scare these people, like what
Dennis.
Edro Safo said. We were in this country, we hire coaches, football administrators from Serbia. They can't speak English. Language they study. Maybe they didn't even study to go far through their language or in their system. But some of our former players like Steven, Suleiman Tari, and Essien and Co., some of them, they have the practical knowledge. Now the theory is coming
So,
in bit by
yes.
bit.
Listen,
So it's not about
this is-
higher education.
I understand that.
A certain
I understand
level,
that.
you
But
can
football,
handle it with your
we
experience.
should look at it in two ways.
Yes.
There is the technical bit of it,
Yes.
and there is the administrative bit of it.
Yes.
Sure.
Do you get it?
Yes.
So as an ex-footballer, you can have that technical
Technical, yeah.
prowess
Yeah.
because of your expertise as a footballer.
Yeah. Sure.
But administratively, and that is where, for me, I think I side with Odrosafo. If he's telling them to resource themselves in terms of going to school or adding some academic
Look,
background to them, is he
Some
wrong
of
to say
them
that?
have already resourced themselves.
So those people
We
can come
have
in,
them.
and I
So
make
like
I make
Appiah was not talking about himself. He's
look,
talking
in
that
general. So
he says that
knows that
they are
there
not
his
allowing them
colleagues
to come.
out there
So-
who are capable of handling that
and
job.
have they expressed interest in doing it? Because we know that even currently, Sami Kufo is part of the management team of the Black Stars. He's an ex-footballer. If you look at the technical team, there's Ibrahim Tanko. He's an ex-footballer with the Meteors. There's
Yeah.
Didi Dramani.
Yeah.
There's is it not Odati? I've forgotten the name again.
Yeah. I get all. I know all the
Who,
squad.
so you know how they are building themselves as ex-footballers.
sure. Yeah.
Michael Essien.
Yeah.
He's in Netherlands, or
Yeah.
I mean wherever.
Nordland.
Nordland.
Yeah.
Currently, Laie Kingston is
It's also performing
Yeah.
well
Yes. Yeah.
as a technical person
Yeah.
because as a footballer that can be their strength.
Yeah.
You can find a host of other examples you can give.
Yeah.
So in that vein, even if you're equipping yourself now, Asamoah is also in school in Wales,
Yeah.
trying to get a coaching
it.
badge.
Yeah. Sure.
That means you need to
We
get
have-
yourself. You
we
need to push
have-
yourself as well.
we
You don't
used
need
to-
anyone to
we
come and
used-
tell you that
we
because you're
used-
ex-footballer, come and run
look,
football.
We used to have people like players like David Duncan. Even when he was playing, he was still schooling
Yeah.
in Lagos. We have former defender
Yusuf
Joseph
Chipsa.
Adu. Joe Adu.
And
we have
yes.
Joe Adu.
Yeah.
Who even has masters.
And Tony Baffo.
So
he rose to the rank of a general secretary at CAF. He's an ex-footballer. So if you've equipped yourself, I mean, there's nothing wrong
if you have a little bit of education,
that's what
pave the way for them and
that's
give
what
them
I'm saying. That look, I gave you
exactly. You said a little bit of education.
Sure.
So you mean that the education has to come in.
That's why I'm saying
that
that you would agree you would need some education. I gave you a typical example. Did he have some level of education?
Tell us if you know.
I don't think so. But the
Who
man is
are you
good.
talking about?
Karim.
Alaji Grusa.
He's good. I love that man. I really love that man down to earth. Administrative wise, the man is there. He's giving us one of the best clubs we can talk about in our league.
We used even to have the late Alhaji Has with Accra House of
Dennis, now we will say that
with the Phobian club.
Things are changing. Yes, they would have to get in some level of education. We agree. They would have to get some level of
But for me, my
that
problem
ends the
is,
argument.
my problem
Yes,
is
but
Appiah wasn't speaking for himself.
Yes.
He
if
knows
not,
that.
I don't
he
think we
has
want us
lots
to
of
look at
colleagues
Stephen Appiah as a
out there
person.
who can
Yeah,
handle
but
Yes,
but-
if
but-
those people are ready, they should come in. And there are fantastic examples you can give.
Yeah,
Yusuf Chipsa,
is there?
I love the work he's doing with club consults.
Yeah.
He has studied. He's got some degrees to his credit.
Yeah,
Tony Baffo,
another
he
good
got
one.
to the level of CAF General Secretary.
Joseph Adu.
Adu.
Yes.
So
We
those
have
people,
them.
if they
We have
express
them.
interest, they are ready. So if Odro Safo says that they should equip themselves, is it wrong in telling them that?
No.
If you are ready,
no,
you
we are
be given
not
a chance to
saying-
serve.
We are not saying
we are not
it's wrong.
You see, sometimes it's the tonation and manner in which you put the contest. If I say that,
creates
then
the
it's
issue.
you have to get yourself equipped.
It's Munsiande.
Look,
It's exact words.
yes, Musian
Okay,
there.
yeah, but
That's what I'm saying.
Onusu, he
it's-
should reverse his age and also play football.
You see, look, wait,
Yes,
that would not be
it's-
fair
it's-
to him.
look,
Of
look,
course,
look,
that would
look.
not be
Right, you see, that's what I'm saying.
Not
That
all of
it's
them
language.
will go and sing there.
But
And
let
we
me-
have some of
I'll
them
come
who
up
have
to
seen
you.
You see,
I'll
it's,
come back to
it's
you.
language.
So he should also go back and play
manner
football.
in which you put the contest. If I say then is you need to beef up a little bit, or you need to beef up and come and take this position, it's different. But if you go out there like you forgo learn, then you won't tell the person say because he's not learned in that category, there's no need he can't be there.
Or to say something about
So you see,
Because
it's
this is
language and
administration,
yeah,
not-
that's what I'm
mean-
saying. That is a doctor and administrator. No, but most doctors want to head health facilities.
Because they have equipped themselves.
That is
They
the
are
practical.
not.
That's
That's
not
just
just
a
about
difference.
specialty.
They have
They have the
knowledge.
skill set to also be in administration.
Former
There are doctors who are
footballers
empty,
also have
and
the
they can
skills.
occupy those
No,
positions.
wait,
Now,
wait,
let me,
footballers also
I'll come
have
back
the
to you. Let me
skills.
activate the phone line now.
That's
It's
what I'm
getting
saying, that-
interesting. 0302908607. 0302908607. You can put the number for.
We used to
in the
have
conversation.
former footballers. When you go to Argentina, Buru Chaga, 1986, he scored the final goal for Argentina to win the World Cup. He was a doctor, I think a veterinary doctor. We have Redondo. Even once they invited him.
Yeah.
You know what he told the Argentine national team? He said he has some examinations to write, so he wants to go back to school. He even ignored the call-up. So it depends on an individual or a player. So not all the footballers that they didn't go to school. We have a lot of them. If you go to the English Premiership, we have engineers, we
Yeah.
have secretaries, we have administrators,
Yes.
we even have doctors out there playing football.
You know the problem I also think
So it comes
the
back
ex-footballers
to
are facing.
our
I think
academic
that,
system.
yes, they are also faced with the challenge of self-esteem. Because what is happening is that they are all
And
waiting
also-
to be appointed. Do you get it? They are all waiting to be appointed onto a certain management committee or a committee. They are not putting themselves out there.
Probably.
what-
If it happens like that, no
what
one
we are
some
forgetting
might
is
have,
that what we are
but
also
probably
forgetting
we
is
know
that
there is politics everywhere. There are politics.
So
to
they
block
should
it.
be ready for
But
that.
I think the bigger problem here is that it's how we run our academic system. Because in Europe, most of these players are being educated. They have a second career job aside football. Basically, a sports life span is up to 35, 36 years. When you reach that age, you realize that most footballers cannot play football. At that age, you've not even clocked 60. You've got about 20 plus, 25 plus, or 24 plus years to cover. What do you do after that age? That's where you realize that most footballers tend to fumble. Others have a way of going into
what we
back
are
to
even
football.
forgetting is
so
that
it's how it's
our
as for
system
our
here.
Yes.
Our system here, it will be very difficult for you whilst playing at the same time schooling.
That is the difference.
But out
between
there,
us.
it's
How
very
is
smooth
it
and
difficult?
easy.
How is it difficult?
Look, the European.
Why can't you
Our
school
system is
now
is,
the GFA has
bad.
introduced books.
Our
and
system.
books.
Look.
You said now.
Nah, Dennis, that's what I'm saying.
You
that
said now.
As a footballer, should there's life after
You said
football.
now.
That's
Can't
what
you
I'm
get
saying.
the
That
highest
go to the
they will
European
go is
academy.
secondary school.
What do they do in the European
SS.
academy? They are being
Because
schooled.
they play football. But over there, they try to they've created the system that will suit you. If you want
West Ham has a
go
player
with
called
the
Hughes.
education,
Check his
aside
career.
sports, you go with it smoothly. But here, come
Matthew
on,
Flamini,
you all know it's very
former
difficult
Arsenal,
to do
former
that.
AC Milan
Unless maybe
player.
after playing,
French international.
then
Check
you go
Matthew
on with your
Flamini's
education.
profile
But
and
you
check
can't
how much
combine
he's
the
worth.
two.
You
Combining
see,
the
they
two
go
down
to
here
academy
is very difficult.
where they are taught some level of education aside the sports. But you could agree with me that here in our part of the world in Africa, I start playing football at my backyard. I get a small manager in my area. He poaches me to a club. I start playing there. The next moment, I get a call up or I get a chance to travel. My football career picks up. My level of education is low. But where in the western part, in America and in Southern America, they have a good structure in place. So as an academy player, he's schooling and playing football at the same time, which is well nurtured in the classroom.
and
Kudus Academy, what's the name of the, right? They are doing the same thing.
So you see the
You understand?
difference?
So the point here is, let's establish the point that it is
Our system here
important.
is bad. We don't have the
It is
system
important
that,
that
will
we
even
add
assist the player.
education
Yes.
to what we are doing as footballers. Our talent alone cannot serve us
And
forever.
let me say this.
Good.
Let me
And
say
that
this.
is what we should
And
friend-
that
establish.
a
is
friend
where
of mine-
our,
let me pick
that is
my
where
first
our
scholar.
football
Let me pick my
administrators
first scholar.
must know that they give us a proper academic school for us to learn.
If football administrators are not doing it as a personal,
So that is why some of them are doing.
ambition.
What has Samajan done?
Eto is
He's
occupying.
given a pitch
Listen, let me